Steve in Ohio. Hello?
Hi. Sorry, didn't get a chance to give you a heads up on what I was calling about.
No worries. Honestly, you are so I had a bunch of callers and then I'm not sure what happened, but everybody dropped out. And so I'm just glad to be talking to you. You have called back before. Last time we talked about your wife losing her pagan faith and fear of death. Is that right?
Yeah. And a lot of the stuff that you gave me to use, along with some of the stuff people in the comments brought up, helped a lot with her coming to terms with it. She's doing a lot better now with it.
Oh, good. I'm happy to hear it. Let me get your name here. All right. So what did you want to talk about today?
Well, one, thank you again for that conversation last time. It ended up coming in handy yesterday when my kid went through a similar thought process, not with losing faith, but just they saw a video of two pets together that were best friends. And they freaked out because they had the thought that one of them was going to die before the other, and then had a whole half an hour panic attack over nothing should die. I got to use essentially the same advice.
The funny thing is, so I don't have any kids, but I do have a history working in schools and working with kids for years. And what's really funny about them is they look to you for cues on how important a thing is. And I've definitely seen kids go, oh, okay, and just kind of walk away, when it's treated matter-of-factly, and when it's treated really, heavily, and I need to sit down, and this is really important. It can be a lot more intense. I wish that my parents would have treated death that way for me, but I'm glad you got to have that conversation. I'm glad it got to help. Did you check out the what is it, the Pagan Elephant book?
Yeah. This book is going to end. Ended up reading it a few times through. It was fun. It was unexpected.
I'm glad. I'm really glad. So was there anything in particular that you wanted to talk about today?
Yes, actually. So,
what's up?
And I was going to let other people have the airwaves because it wasn't, I didn't exactly know where I needed to go with it, but so that same kid, a couple months ago, they very nervously told me that they had started going to church, and I am, if you remember, pretty atheistic at this point.
Yeah.
They got very absorbed into it, and I had always shied away from trying to shove what I believe onto them. I wanted them to discover whatever they believe on their own.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't sure if I was making the right choice there.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I went the right way about it, but there was something that I guess hurt in the way they brought it up. And I'm not sure. I want to make sure I make the right decision on how to interact with them about it. They don't want to shove my own belief on them, like I said, but at the same time, if I'm noticing some harmful things that the church they're going to is saying, what do you think? Does that make sense?
It does. It does. So a couple of questions. I'm sorry. I'm getting everything. While I'm hosting, I'm also live producing. And so I'm setting things up. So is this your child?
Yeah, this is my kid. When I was 32 now, when I was 18, I got a little taken advantage of, but that's no fault of that kid. I'm going to make sure they have a good life,
That's wonderful. How is your kid going to church without you? Like, how's that an option for them? Like, what's the situation there?
So there are a few different options for them. Most of my family is religious, and occasionally my mom will ask them to, I have to ask my mom to watch Aaron for me and Aaron will ask to go to church because they like seeing the different facets of it. But 2 months ago, they got hyper depressed, and then their grandma on their mother's side took them to a how do I describe it? They're non-denominational, but it's the type of non-denominational that is very denominational, like creationist, young Earth, everything in the Bible is true.
Yeah.
Little counterintuitive there with the way it's described, but they did a lot of love bombing, and after like 4 times of going, they were dead set on trying to get baptized. They had this whole speech written up, and I was like, you take it slow, purely just to respect the religion. And they had a breakdown about being told no.
So it sounds like your family is really working on trying to indoctrinate your kid behind your back.
Sorry, so the one that took them to that church, that would be the grandmother on their mother's side. My family is they're just like, if you want to go, cool. If not, that's fine. Or their mother's grandmother. That's the.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that part was clear. Sorry.
No, I sincerely appreciate it. So as a parent, I think you have absolutely the right to say, hey, is the mother also doing this too?
Yeah, she quit going to church. She doesn't really have a faith anymore either. Me and her have a pretty good relationship, but Aaron, the kid, really wants that relationship with their grandmother, and religion is very important to them. So that's how they ended up on them.
Yeah. Well, shit. That is a really tough question because you're already in the situation. So if you say stop doing it, you are going to be the evil atheist. And on top of that, this is a bonding thing for grandma. So first off, I just want to say I'm just an asshole on the internet. I can give you my opinion. And my opinion here is be there for your kid, be there to answer questions and all of that. But instead of trying to jump in and put a stop to things at this point because they're already in this far and they're old enough to remember this, maybe they just need to learn. Maybe they just need to do it.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, were you a big Christian growing up?
I grew up Catholic.
Okay.
I went to a Catholic grade school and high school, and in high school, I ended up having my own little existential crisis, and I guess like sophomore, junior year, that's when I started to lose it. I started to question it.
Yeah.
It was fun. So I went through the phase, and I know you can come back out of it. I'm not trying to be like, no. I don't know. I got a lot of thoughts.
Yeah. Well, I think a big piece of it is to contextualize it. If they're really, really interested in this, is this like a Southern Baptist or like a Protestant evangelical? Like what's the denomination?
For the one that they are getting absorbed into?
Yeah.
So the one, like I said, that the grandma's going to is they say they're non-denominational, but they are anti-LGBT, which that's fun for them.
Yeah.
They're very much God doesn't make mistakes. They're young Earth creationists.
That sounds like my church. True. Is this Calvary Chapel?
Oh boy. No, it is. What was it? New Life?
Yeah. Okay. So,
New Life Church.
So here's the thing. Take your child to Catholic Mass. Go to a Mormon church. Go to a Baha'i church. If they're going to be getting into this, then there are lots and lots of ways to contextualize this and go, hey, here's what a lot of people believe. You know, I think that if they're going to learn about religion and they're at this point, the best thing that you can do is show them that that there are lots of things that people believe. You know, get them to understand the difference between, you know, one church versus the other. Maybe at a Episcopalian church, they're going to see something different and say, "Hey, Dad, why is that? You know, why are they doing it this way or putting the emphasis on that?" And that might help recontextualize it as, you know, I need to get saved or I'm going to hell, to, oh, saved means different things to different Christians. You know, the end of life, hell, you know, could look different to different people. Um, I think that might help.
Okay, I'll start with that, and next time you have a low amount of callers, I'll call in and give you an update.
I really, really appreciate it. I mean, gosh, is it Lent right now, or is that next month?
I think it's next month. I don't think it started yet.
So how mean do you want to be?
I mean, I've already had some bad retorts, like when they said, "Oh yeah, it's just like the Bible said." I'd respond back, I mean, that's just a good thing to do regardless. You'd probably find that other places.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of, like, if you were to take your kid to mass, you could take them now, or you could wait till Lent next month.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So that's fair.
Right? Yeah. And you know what? It could be a really fun experience. Honestly, it's been a long time since I've done the circuit of different church denominations, and it's interesting to see that stuff again. So definitely check it out. And if you do that, like, give me a call. I'd love to find out how that was, or what you thought of those other denominations. And it doesn't need to be Southern Baptist. It could be, you know, Methodist, Episcopalian. You know, it doesn't necessarily need to be some terrible fire and brimstone, but just different.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. Hey, Steve, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Good luck with the rest of the show.
Thanks. All right. Take care.